Hello and welcome to another episode of Indie Miners. Ben and Al with you here, and today we'll be looking at Julia Jacklin's third album, Pre-Pleasure. This is actually the second album review that we're going to do of Julia Jacklin. So good afternoon to you, Al. I reckon you're looking forward to this one.
Oh, g'day, mate. Yeah, look, three times a charm. Very much looking forward to giving this a review today, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. So what we'll be doing is we'll be reviewing this album. We're also going to ask the question, is Julia Jacklin Australia's answer to Leonard Cohen? So she has seen and cited Leonard Cohen as one of her influences. So that'll be interesting to tackle that particular question later on. But getting into the rundown, so as I said, this is Julia Jacklin's third album. She resided in the Blue Mountains, had teacher parents. She now resides in Melbourne, in the north of Melbourne. She also has I guess it's a side project now, our Fantastic Furniture. So that's a band she's actually in, but her solo career has really taken the sort of the precedence, I guess. In terms of what you get from the album, and probably looking at the analysis that we're getting back from Spotify, it does come out as being a very much a sort of an understated style that she has, typically with her vocals. She's very talented with her vocals, but she doesn't sort of overuse any of that in coming out with her songwriting. She has a very much a vulnerability, I think is the word to describe it, but is also easy listening. So you're seeing influences like the Beatles come out, which is not really unsurprising when you look at some of the output that she's come out with over the course of her career so far. And from a similar albums perspective, it's also not unsurprising that there's a lot of singer-songwriters in the list. Two that I particularly like are Feist. So that album, I haven't listened to in 10 years' time. I'm going to bust that out soon. I really enjoyed that one. And Andy Schauf, that's an artist that I've been listening to of late. Please check him out if you do like Julia Jacklin. So, Al, that's enough of the rundown. What were your thoughts, mate, and what would you give the album out of 5 stars?
Yeah, well, look, it's been 2.5 years since Julia's delivered us Crushing, so those in the market looking for a similar album will be pretty satisfied for the similar kind of sounds Julia's producing here. And again, her lyrics are absolutely on par. There's a real struggle picking a kind of top 3. But I actually shifted towards the end of the album, which I really enjoyed. A particular song was the last song, End of Friendship, which I think is just one of the best songs she's ever written, but it's not mentioned in the other reviews that I've been reading up on. I thoroughly enjoyed it, mate. I gave it a solid 4, and I'd be interested in your thoughts.
Yeah, I really enjoyed End of Friendship too. It did remind me a lot of, it's like a Paul McCartney song. It's had that sort of vibe to it. Maybe there's other influences in there. I really enjoyed this album too. It is an evolution. So I think all 3 songs, all 3 albums that she's produced, as I said before, it carries a lot of common traits, but she does seem a lot more mature as an artist with this particular album compared to the first 2. So there is something there that is a little bit same, but different, but good different, if that makes sense. Yeah. I enjoyed pretty much all of the singles that have been released. I really like Love, Try Not to Let Go. That's my favourite one. In fact, I don't know if this is weird, mate, but I've been trying to work out where the film clip is being filmed. So if anyone knows that, could you please sort of make a little comment there in the comment section? I'd like to know. I'm trying to figure that out. But as I said, I also liked End of Friendship. It has a variety of songs that are probably more on the rocky side, but also she does it so quite well with the acoustic songs and really sort of shows out her vulnerabilities in relation to that. So I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I think it's on par to Crushing. I think that both albums will be seen in the whole light of day as being equal to one another. I think they're top quality, and I'll be really interested to see how it's received, especially internationally, where she has been getting some traction in that particular area. So, Al, we've done with the reviews. We're now going to go and answer the big question as to whether Julia Jacklin his main influence, Leonard Cohen, whether she is actually Australia's answer to Leonard Cohen. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, look, it's a good one. She's recently been quoted saying that she doesn't want to disappoint anyone on this album, but she doesn't think it's as super deep as what people might think. And I've got to say, mate, I've got to call Julia out on that. I reckon she could read the back of a condom packet, and people would be looking deep into the lyrics. Her voice is so unique. It's hard to really pinpoint other artists that kind of fit her kind of mould. And when we're looking at influencers such as Leonard Cohen, who was renowned worldwide for his voice, I think Julia over time will really start to fit into that version that Australia can kind of show the world in terms of what we can produce over here, mate.
Okay, so that is the album review for Pre-Pleasure by Julia Jacklin. That wraps up another episode of Indie Miners. Please look to subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, and let us know if there's an album you would like us to look at. So until next time, bye for now, and thank you for watching.